Audrey, this stuff looks like it'd be really bad for the environment. Is this true or not? Is this eco-friendly or eco-hostile? What would you say?
This is eco-friendly.
Eco-friendly?
Yes,
but I thought eco-friendly was the most god-awful looking stuff.
No, so this is where we come in. I was determined to try to make clothes that were really beautiful for both the women and the environment. And so that's why I searched for beautiful vintage fabrics that I can use to cut all of my designs from. So this collection here is from vintage silks, which I found in India. And
well, what are some examples of some eco-friendly ugly stuff?
It's not a good place to start. I think there's actually a lot of beautiful eco-friendly clothing that's available.
But you can't think of any any ugly
hemp, for example. Hemp? I think that's been traditionally when people think about eco.
Now, what makes hemp so ugly?
I think it's just because the texture of it.
It doesn't.
It's not
it doesn't.
It doesn't have the silky feeling and the luxurious shine, and it's not as colorful.
But you can't really smoke silk and get high off it.
Well, that could be a disadvantage for some people.
Oh, okay.
Depending on who you are.
Okay.
So, but what people do in there at home is their business.
Okay, but you wouldn't recommend that people do that.
No. Actually.
Now, do you have any silkworms as pets?
I don't. See, because silkworms, actually, the process of new silk is not very kind to the silkworms themselves. And
so silkworms. So the new process. What do they do to these poor silkworms?
Well, they usually die in the process.
But what about the old-time silkworms? They went on into fulfilling lives?
Well, I believe in reutilizing textiles. So these are all things that would have gone to waste or would have just been thrown into the trash or just been left behind. And so my idea is to try to reutilize things that we can still salvage and make into beautiful pieces that other people can enjoy. So it makes a smaller impact on the environment, and I think that there's just so many beautiful things that we can do from. Well,
I think you're going to make a big impact on my readers when they read about these great things that you have, because it looks like these would be so fabulous for summer, because they look like they'd be nice and cool.
It's beautiful and it's fun.
Is silk a good fabric for summertime?
It is.
Because it
very
breathes?
Breathable. It's the strongest of the natural.
It's the strongest of the natural fibers?
Yes.
You mean like you could take a piece of silk and you could hold up a dump truck on it or something?
Well, we haven't tried, but you can always be the first to experiment. So, and let me.
I think I'll pass on that experiment.
But yeah, I believe just in beautiful clothes and things that just are gentle on the environment and make people feel good. That's
good.
what I believe in.
Well, I bet you're going to do a great job at this.
Okay.
Anyhow, Audrey.